In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get your iPhone or iPad to automatically stop charging at a certain percentage. Say you don't want to charge to 100, you only want to charge to 80 or 85, which will make the battery last longer. If you keep the charge between about 85 and 20%, your battery will last a lot longer. It's using a lot less charge cycles that way. But this is a way that you can do this automatically very easily. The first thing that you will need to buy, however, to do this completely automatically is a Wemo smart plug. The Wemo smart plug is Apple HomeKit compatible, so you will need to get that. I'll post a link in the description field. Now you can have the iPhone or the iPad announce when it's at 80%. So if you're in the room, you can just unplug it or take it off the MagSafe charger if you hear the announcement. I'll show you how to do that as well. But using the Wemo smart plug enables it to be completely automated so that you can just put your iOS device on the charger and it will automatically stop charging for you. So once you have the Wemo smart plug set up in your Apple Home app, which is very easy to do, typically when you first buy the Wemo, it'll be very easy to set up. You just hold the iPhone up close to it and it'll automatically detect and set it up. But what you want to do is you want to go to the Shortcuts app right here. And so this is your Shortcuts app. This is the home screen of the Shortcuts app. Then you go to Automation and you set up a new automation here. So you'll just click on plus, and this is what I have it set up as. Now, as you can see here, I have it set up to when the battery level is at 85%, set Wemo Smart Plug. You can see that here. So you click on that and you can get the details. So this is how I have it set up. You can set up the battery level when battery level is at 85%, set Wemo Smart Plug under do, and then what will happen is the Wemo smart plug will be on and it'll set it off when the battery level reaches 85%. And then if you want, you can have it ask before running. I recommend you turn that off, otherwise it'll ask you every time and it won't actually run automatically. Notify when run, that is a thing where it'll give you a notification when it's run. I actually have that turned off. So this is completely automated now, and that's the way that I have it set up. Now when you set up an automation, you can actually search for things as well. So you'll want to set up for you want to do a search for battery, and that'll bring up the battery level choice there. And you can also search for set as well. And then that'll help you bring up the setting of the Wemo smart plug via the Home app. So this is really, really cool. When my iPhone is needing a charge, I'll just put it on the charger that's plugged into the Wemo smart plug. Any charger that I have that's plugged into the Wemo smart plug. Then when it reaches 85%, it'll stop charging. So my iPhone never has to get to 100%. Now, granted, when I'm traveling or something like that, I do charge to 100% because I want that extra, capacity, that extra battery life. But when I'm just around the house or at home, I find that for me, 85% works really, really well. Now, I also mentioned you can actually, if you don't have a Wemo smart plug, you can actually get it to speak when it's charged up to a certain percentage, and you can set that percentage yourself. I have that set on my iPad here, so let me zoom out here and we'll show you that on my iPad. This is my iPad Pro 12.9 inch, and you'll still use the Shortcut app. So on this one, I don't use the Wemo smart plug to charge, but I like having it announce when the battery level is at 20% and then when the battery level is at 85%, so that I can know when to either start charging it or taking it off the charge. So this is how that looks in automation. So you can see here it says when the battery level is at 85%, and this can also be adjusted to any other percentage that you want. Under do, I have it set to speak text. And as you can see here, you can type in any text you want, but I have it set to speak iPad is charged to 85%. So it'll actually, in the Siri voice, it'll actually say that when the iPad is charged to 85%. But you can change this text to whatever you want. You can make it say something funny or whatever, like, hey dude, your iPad is charged to 85 or whatever, but it uses the Siri voice. So all you do is you set the automation for speak with the battery level, and you can get it to speak any battery level you want. So likewise, I have it also set for 20%. So as you can see here, my automation says when the battery level is 20%, so that's when it gets drained to 20, it will speak iPad is at 20% charge. So if I'm in the room and the iPad goes to a 20%, and it'll make that announcement, it'll speak it, and then I'll know when it's time to charge it. So that sort of helps me keep the iPad between 20 and 85%. It's not totally foolproof without the Wemo smart plug doing it automatically for me, because sometimes I'm not in the room when it's charging and I don't hear it, and then it can go up to 100. But this does sort of assist with that in general. So this is on iOS 16, so I think I'm on iOS 16.2 for all this stuff. And I'll post a link for that Wemo Smart Plug. They're not too expensive, so if you wanted, you can get one for your iPhone and your iPad as well, or any other iOS devices. And you can hook up multiple Wemo Smart Plugs and just name them appropriately so you don't get confused. Because like if I go to the Home app here, you can see I just have one. You can see I just have one Wemo Smart Plug set up, and I just named it Wemo Smart Plug. But if you have more than one Wemo Smart Plug, you don't want to name them all Wemo Smart Plug because you're not going to be able to figure out which one is which. So if you have more than one, name it appropriately. Like name one iPad, name one iPhone, or you can name it by location, like office, bedroom, or whatever. You can actually control the name of the Wemo Smart Plug to whatever you want in the settings. So there are various settings that you can do for that. But since I only have one, I just named it Wemo Smart Plug. Thanks for watching. If you thought this video was helpful and cool, please give it a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, give it a thumbs down. And I'll see you in my next video.